guys, today we are looking at strings in Java. I promised we were going to have this tutorial after looking at object reference variables, given that strings are used to create reference variables. So what are strings in Java? A string is a sequence or collection of characters treated as a single unit, and it's represented in Java by the class string. This means that to create string objects in Java, we do not have to create a class, because Java has already done that for us. I think the class string is one of the most used class in Java, and you will often find its instances being used by many other APIs in a Java application. Now, let's look at how string objects can be created. It can be done in two ways. Firstly, using the new keyword, and secondly, using the assignment operator. It will be interesting to look at how it can be done using each of the methods. So, the first method is declaring a string using the new keyword. Here we have the string, which is the type of object reference variable. We have the name, which is the name of the variable. New is a Java keyword which is used to create new objects. Then we have Teres, which is the value to be assigned. Then the second method, we have the string, just as we had for the first method. We have the name, which is the name of the variable, and then we have Teres, which is the value to be assigned. The first and the second example do the same thing. They are all used to create string objects in Java. Method 2 is the preferred method in Java. It's shorter and it serves the same purpose. We can't actually talk about strings in Java without looking at one of its important characteristics, which is immutability. So what do we mean by this? It simply means once a string object is created, its content can never be modified. This is important because it helps the Java virtual machine to reuse string objects. In the absence of this characteristic, reusing objects will be a nightmare because they might keep changing over the life cycle of an application. Let me take an example to make things a little bit clearer. If I create a string variable as such with a value Teres, I must have the certainty that when I refer to this variable throughout the life cycle of the application, it should have the name Teres and not something else. If at some point in my application, this name changes for some reason I don't know to Orel, I might get faulty results or results which are unexpected. And this will not be good. So that's why it's important for string objects to be immutable. Now let's look at something important. Why is immutability possible in Java? This is possible because Java uses an array of characters to store string values. That is, behind the scene, Java is going to store the value of your string object in a variable which has the following properties, which is private, final, and is of type character. And just for you to know, final is a Java keyword used to represent constant or fixed values. That means values which don't change. And as we all know, character is a primitive data type which stores unique code character. So by storing it as such, it is an array. We know arrays are of fixed length. We can't modify the length. By storing it as such, the value cannot be changed. And that's what makes it immutable. If I create a variable as such, string with a name, Teres, this is how Java is going to store it behind the scene. So it's going to store it as an array of characters. As you can see here, each character is in single quotes. So that's how it's going to store it. And by this, we cannot change it. So that's an explanation for the immutability of strings in Java. That was it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and just give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let's continue working on this project together. Thanks. Bye-bye. Ciao.